What's up, guys? Shawnthebro here, and today I'm going to be getting started a little bit early because I want to practice some things and play around with some things. I'm going to turn my voice down because I had it up for some recording purposes, and I realize it's probably really loud now. So let me know. I'm listening to it on my own, on my phone. David, if you're here, anyone who's here, please let me know how I sound, how I look. I know the green screen isn't exactly perfect. I'm still getting the hang of that. It was quite loud. Sorry about that. Is it still too loud? Let me turn it down a little bit more. I think I'm probably very loud. Is the game audio loud? Let me know. I'll continue to edit it. I was listening on my own, but it's kind of hard for me to tell. Maybe slightly quieter. Okay, I did turn it down a little bit more. Let me know. The audio's down a little bit. So the green screen behind me, I'm still playing around with that. Game volume is fine. Okay, good. Thank you. I got a new green screen, and it can actually stay up the entire time. I don't have to set it up and take it down every stream, so that's excellent. All I have to do is literally move it over into position. So I'm very happy, but it's slightly different material. And I've been messing with this for about 15 minutes to try and get it to look good. I mean, it looks pretty good. You can still tell, and that's okay. It is not perfect by any means, but it is okay. I actually do have this thing comes with a border, which I may have to transition again. Yeah. It's got birds. It's actually pretty cool, but I don't know if the birds would be distracting. And it's one of those ones where it's kind of built in. So it's okay if you guys don't like it. You can feel free to just be like, yeah, just don't use that. So I can either do border or no border. The birds are kind of flying the whole time, and I can't disable them. So I might have to go make one myself. But anyway, I thought this theme was good for some Bloodborne. And yeah, it looks all right now. It'll look better next time. Let's keep the bird. Okay, I like the birds. I mean, I think they're cool. The only problem is they're like constantly going, so I didn't know if that would bother you guys. Obviously, it won't bother me because I won't be seeing it much. But I thought it was a cool little effect. Maybe for episode 1, we'll be keeping the birds. Well, thanks for being here, David, and helping me. Like I said, green screen for everybody watching will be better next stream. It's just I have to mess with it more. It's a lot more complicated than I would think, like personally, and maybe that's just me being ignorant to green screens. But you know, usually you have like a similarity value, and it like cuts out everything in that color. Well, it's a good green color, and there's no light coming through. Like, it looks like it was well made. But for whatever reason, I got to change that. And there's like a soften feature that you have to change. And the soften feature helps determine like these different areas. Like, you can see it's a little bit... You can see there's different areas that are a little darker and lighter than others. And you got to change that. And you can actually change it for certain parts of the camera. It's actually a little bit more complicated than I'd expect. Long story short, it will be better for next time. I didn't have much time today once I got done with work to look at it. But I just got the green screen and I wanted to try it out. So I'm doing it like this today. I'm also up in the camera because I'm going to be doing it on my computer today. I'm actually standing right now. I'm at my standing desk. And the border kind of goes against the purpose of green screen. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I like doing the green screen, but it does go against the purpose of it a bit. Although the green screen isn't perfect right now. So let me transition back and let me know. Look at it again. Let me know what you think. Yeah, it's not great. It's probably good enough for now. I'll have to mess around with it more for sure. But you can definitely see, like, especially if I do this, you can see everything behind me. So when we're in the game and not just on the menu, it should be a little bit better. But anyway, I won't waste too much time on that. We're just going to get started here in a minute. But yeah, so that's what I want to talk about today. And I'm actually standing today and not in my chair because I want to... Okay, it's good for now. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely tweak it a bit, don't worry. But thank you for letting me know. And as long as it's acceptable for now, that's good. Unfortunately, I just got it and then had to finish up with work and try and put everything together. So, yeah, I didn't have a ton of time. But that's okay. I think it looks alright for how it is. And I'll play around with it and make it look a little bit better. But enough about that. Last thing I wanted to say, I kept distracting myself, but I'm standing today. There's a good chance I'll be sitting in the chair when I do this, but I do want to do it at my computer. And specifically, I want to have the option. I want to test if I could stand during the stream. It's good to, I don't like sitting for a full 2 to 3 hours, depending on how long we do it. Is at least aligned correctly? Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that. So, yeah, anyway, that's about it. I want to actually put the chat as well, but I've never played Bloodborne. I don't know if it's the same HUD as Dark Souls, so it's kind of going to be a bare bones stream today, but we're going to hop into it. Now, David, if you could confirm one more thing for me. I can no longer see the stream. I can see it on my phone, but I can't see it on Streamlabs or OBS, because I do use both. Sometimes I switch between. I'm using my monitor today to play the game because, again, I want to be able to stream off my PC so I don't have to set up the green screen back there all the time and move the lights and move my mic and all this stuff when I could just keep it all on my desk. So, hey, Grandma, nice to see you. Thanks for coming by. So, does everything look okay? I can see that the screen still looks fine when I'm off of the Streamlabs page, which is good. And I can still hear audio. So I think we're good to go. So I'm going to play off this. Now, I've never played off of my computer with a controller this close. Usually if I'm playing on my computer, we're playing like a party game, like Duck Game or something. So this might be, I might genuinely be a little bit worse at this. Not just making excuses, but because this is a little bit weird for me. I'm actually a little bit too close for my liking right now, but that'll also get adjusted next stream. So I'm just going to leave everything the same, and we're going to hop into it. That's me, I'm assuming.
Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
Cool. I'm interested. I've heard the Bloodborne story is a lot better than the Dark Souls story. Ooh, okay. You're looking mighty fine. Entry incomplete. For the name, I mean, David, you can name it if you want. Hey, it's Sean. Hey, what's up, Fi? Nice to see you. I'm trying out some new stream things, as I was explaining earlier, so everything might not be perfect. The green screen's going to be a little bit off because it's a new green screen, and I haven't had the time to fix it yet. And I'm also standing at my computer now, as opposed to sitting at in my chair. So, yeah. Thanks for coming by. I really appreciate it. Hopefully the stream goes well, and it's not terrible quality, but we'll see. Aged. Okay, he changed literally 0. No, you got a few wrinkles in the face. I'm going to spend approximately like 5 seconds on this because I don't really care. You're nothing talentless. You shouldn't have been born. Wow. So, judging on how I play Dark Souls games, then I usually want vitality, strength, and endurance, which should be health, stamina, and damage, basically. So, Lone Survivor is looking pretty spicy right about now. Vitality is looking... Vitality. Violent Past is looking pretty good. Military Veteran's looking pretty good. I think let's go Lone Survivor. I want more health because I hear health is limited in this game. And I don't like the fact that it's limited. So, let me look at this green screen real quick. I know it's not perfect right now, but... Okay, you can see everything through it, though. So I can definitely fix that for next stream. Good. I wanted to make sure this green screen would work, which is why I kind of threw it up, even though it wasn't entirely ready. And yes, it will. So that is good. It's hard to test it in the editor. I'd focus on health and stamina early on until you find a weapon you want to use, since there are a lot of pretty neat weapons in the game. Okay, so I think maybe Lone Survivor will look, or actually, yeah, Lone Survivor or oh wait, health and stamina, not health and strength, health and stamina. Okay, so yeah, either Lone Survivor or yeah, probably Lone Survivor. Let's do. I think the health is a good one. Alright, thanks, David. We'll do that. We'll be Lone Survivor. I don't really care about the appearance. Can we random in this? I don't really think so. Large head. I don't know if that's small head. That's pretty average head. Very burly. Okay, I'm not going through all this. Wow. Looking kind of nice, my dude. All right, let's be this guy. Here. Hey, nice to see you. Other David. It's time to perfect the game and not get... Oh, I don't know about that. You know, that's for the second playthrough. The first playthrough is just for fun. Second playthrough, we're ready not to get hit. Indeed, first try perfect. All right, okay, wow. The stakes are actually very high right now. Good, you haven't started yet. Not yet. Not yet. Hello there. Hey, Snatchin'. Nice to see you. You can see I'm using a new streaming setup. I actually just hit the green screen behind me. I have to remember not to back up too far, because it's at like an angle, and my feet can kick it if I back up. So anyway. Okay. 420 blood echoes. Oh, I don't know what blood echoes are. Are those like souls? Alright, we're gonna finish. Honestly, I just don't really care enough about how we look. Yeah, they're souls. Oh, thanks, guys. I don't know what the purpose of starting with 420 of them is. I feel like that was obviously a meme. I need the couch. I know.
All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. So, don't you worry.
We might go back to the
Whatever
couch.
happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
I just wanted to try out a stream on my computer, and being close to it like this, it will allow me to actually like change scenes when I need to, as opposed to getting up. And also, I can actually stand while I do it, which is kind of weird. You know, you don't really think about standing and playing video games. At least I don't. But you know, it's good for me. I sit all day for work, so standing here isn't the end of the world. I'm definitely going to be standing during the programming streams from now on, using this method. I don't know about the game streams. Spicy saber wolf. Well, you got rid of some redemptions. Never play another game again. They're not gone permanently. I got rid of them for... I didn't want to do it while we were doing It Takes Two, and I just honestly was a little bit lazy to put them back in. But no one had been using them recently, to be honest, other than like Show and Tell, which Show and Tell is definitely still here. Okay. Alright, so yeah, this is going to be weird for me. I'm not usually on the computer like this when I'm playing games, and I said this to David earlier. So excuse me if I'm like very weird and looking all the way down. It's probably because I'm a little too close to my computer. And it'll get better as the streams go on if we continue to use this method, but more importantly than anything, I wanted to just try out this method. It is helping me for the programming streams, so... if we can do it for the gaming streams, great. If not, then, you know, we won't. Doesn't hurt to try. I love the aesthetic of this game. Yeah, so the aesthetic of this game is great. And you guys, honestly, the majority of people who were watching the Souls Wednesday streams were very excited about Bloodborne. They really enjoyed Bloodborne. So I'm pretty excited to get started here. Give the werewolf some slaps to his Donuts. Is that dog born from blood? Oh, got it. So is he not blood-born? You know, that actually went right over my head when you said that. Alright. Okay. Here we go. Starting another adventure, which, you know, I love the Souls games, but, you know, maybe one day we'll be able to live our lives in peace. Okay. There's probably a weapon somewhere that I could have gotten. Or maybe I'm supposed to run by him. I'm not really too sure. No way I actually get nothing, is there? Are we actually supposed to run by them? I don't know. I feel like we should be able to get a weapon. I'm going to be a little blind since I'm not used to sitting this close to my computer. Or standing in this case. So forgive me if I don't see something obvious. I also have the light right in front of my face. Which doesn't help too much. I mean, it's not actually blinding me, but it is slightly distracting, to tell the truth. Hi. Okay. Okay, cool. Thanks, David. I will update that. Okay, Quicksilver bullets, which, you know how much we use ranged weapons here. Although we might. We can use guns, you know. Guns are pretty cool. Closed by device. What, a lock? Magnificent. You're blind I am blind normally. Sean's head, 420. Sean's glasses, 0. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I like that. Guns are how you pair. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know. Is that even true? Or are you just saying that because you know that will trigger me? Are we really not supposed to have a weapon yet? I feel like I might have missed something. Yeah, so these blood vials, if I remember correctly, are... I think they are your health, kind of like Estus, but you don't actually have Estus in this game. Or, obviously, but... I mean, you don't have, like, a replenishable health source. I'm pretty sure you have to grind, like, demon souls. Which, that is something I'm very not happy... I definitely should have a weapon... Hold on. There's no way, right? A no weapon run. To put it in the middle. What, top middle? I can move it if you want. I can move it really quickly if it's actually blocking. Used for a lot more. Wow. Okay, I mean, if they don't give you a weapon, I don't mind. I thought that I was being dumb and missing it. I have no problem. To be honest, my favorite thing is running by people and not fighting them. So, in fact, I like this game style quite a bit. Although, this feels kind of pointless. Well, I see we still get iframes while opening things, so... Death. Up, up, up. What about up? Hey, guys. You're looking pretty friendly over here. Yeah, he's an expert in martial arts. Just open hand the whole way. Am I healing while I'm hitting him here? What was that? What was that? What was that little effect that I just saw? Okay, I walked right into that one. I totally am too. Weird. Honestly, if you die from even that many hits, though, you're pretty weak. I feel like he was not hitting all that hard. The cane in this game is my favorite. The cane, I mean... Let's be honest, Zach, I'm just going to say this on the record. We all know you like the pimp cane. And you've talked about it several times, so... I don't know, guys. That sounds pretty much on par with what Zach likes. Imagine bringing a weapon to a fist fight. I mean, that guy was bad. Listen, my fist should not do that much damage unless I'm like the world's strongest human being here, or whatever I am. Half-blood or something. I forget what they called me. Incoming. How did you already forget? It's been about 5 minutes. Hold on. So if you get hit, you can heal back the damage from the last hit by hitting the enemy back. They want to encourage back and forth slap fights. It really is. Okay, weird. I like it. Keep the pimp hamstring. Right? Seriously. I know you, Zach. I know you like that. Okay. Where are we gonna go? Oh, hey, buddy. Okay. Is the game audio loud enough for you guys? I wasn't able to test it with the actual game audio. I tested it with the menu audio. Sean's had 468. Sean's glass is 0. Yeah, you like that bright... You getting that bright forehead, by the way, with the light right in my face? Yeah, there's a lot of things I'll probably have to adjust. Wow, God, there are a lot of you. Okay, I was scratching my head. Okay, at this point, I feel like I messed up by not having a weapon. Hi. Can we not jump in this one? Yeah, I've definitely screwed up. There's no way I'm not supposed to... Well, unless I am supposed to run by everyone. Blood vial. Hey, friend. Hey, friend! Okay, we're dead. Strong. Keep the pimp hands strong. Lanterns are this game's version of bonfires, by the way. Oh, I did not know that. Thank you. Thank you very much. I guess you didn't like my hint. Lame. Of what? Of going up? You said up. I went up. I didn't see any weapons, Dave. Oh, maybe I was supposed to die. He seems to have gotten the hint now. You done did get got F. Thanks for the support, guys. I really appreciate the support here. There we go. Oh, up to death. We must die. Not a flawless run. Hold on, dying was one of two options. The other one was to use the lantern at the top of the stairs that you ran past twice. Okay, I did not realize the lantern was a bonfire.
You must be welcome to the Hunter's Dream. I am...
Gurman.
Gammon.
Did you make up that name on the spot? Why did it take you so long?
Be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. You know, it's just what hunters do.
Okay.
This was once a safe haven for Hunter Workshop, where hunters used blood. We don't have as many tools as you're welcome to use, even the dog, should it please you.
Okay.
This was once a
alright. To escape this dreadful in this dream, halt the source of the spreading scourge of beasts, lest the night carry on forever. Slap German to assert dominance. German? Yeah. Basically, his name's German. You want me to do it for real? Is this gonna, like, ruin my game, though, David? I wanna, like, ruin it already. He'll probably kill me. He's probably, like, really good. Snatchin wants it, too. Are we really gonna slap the crippled man? Feels a little wrong, guys. Feels maybe a little wrong. Let me see if I can put my phone up here so I don't have to look the whole way down. That might be better. I swear it will not ruin your game. Okay, we were writing in caps. You have to. Alright. Okay, well, it did not ruin the game, but I am surprised that that happened. That's not what I was... What? That's not what I was expecting at all. Okay. I thought maybe he'd come back, too. Weird. Alright. What is going on here? The Bath Messenger? Trade in blood echoes with messengers to buy and sell. Yeah, I want the Bath Messenger, obviously. Can I talk to him? View. Okay, I viewed him. It changed nothing, by the way. What? That's a doll, fella? I don't know. I don't know about this game, guys. Hey, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that, Blackbird. I did not turn off the alert music on this one, I just realized, so I apologize if that was super loud. At work, so I want to stop by and say hi, but good luck playing what is probably From Software's best game, and I hope everyone else here is... Let me actually see that. Are you not going to let me see that? There we go. Everyone else is doing well. Thank you so much. And thank you for the follow. Forgetful D, actually. I'm sorry. Well, you know, thank you for the follow that you're now going to retract because I pronounced your name like that. Thank you so much, Blackbird. I appreciate you coming by, buddy, and thanks for the sub. Yo, we having fun yet? I'm trying. So, first of all, thank you for the follow, and thanks for coming in. I got my butt beat instantly, and I'm trying out a new stream setup, so I do apologize if my forehead is like the brightest thing you've ever looked at. It will be better in the next stream. But yeah, we're having fun. I love the Souls games. This is the first time I'm playing Bloodborne, but I have played on stream Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, and then Demon Souls, and now we're here. So I've heard this one is very good. I'm very excited. So loud, big loud. Okay, was that really loud? Let me change the follow sounds. I apologize, guys. I just made this. Okay, listen, I just got out of work, all right? And I put this together. I apologize. Best FromSoft game. I beat it for the first time earlier today. Oh, that is awesome. That is so cool. And it's funny, you just said that. You just said that it's the best one. And Blackbird literally just said that like a minute or two ago. Okay, let me turn off the sound alerts real quick. And alerts. Mute that. Mute that. Okay, so... Alright, you should still be able to hear the game, let me know. I did have to change audio sources real quick, just so I did not blow out your eardrums. That would probably not be fun. But let me know if you can still hear the game. I'm going to get back to playing, and, you know, you can tell me that I am an idiot while I do this. So, alright, let's get back into it. So real quick, though, an abandoned doll. I don't know about that. I don't like what I'm seeing here. Forehead 0, glasses 0. Dude, you live in the South, go outside. Listen, I have the light too bright, okay? I told you guys. It was a mistake, okay? It's the first time I'm doing a stream standing up by my computer. Usually I'm sitting down. I apologize. Sounds unhealthy. Sounds unhealthy to my white forehead. You are an idiot while you do this. Wow. Wow. He took it literally. What? Just an abandoned doll. You know what the doll is for? Doll is best waifu. Praise the light in front of Sean's head. Yes. This is all a Dark Souls reference. I really appreciate that you guys like my forehead. Alright, let's get into it. So, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I apologize. First floor sick room, okay. I'm assuming that's where we initially spawned. Use the messages. No, I don't use those messages. Those are like cheating, alright? We stumble for 2 hours as opposed to reading the messages. Don't you know this by now? Can you write your new subs on your forehead? I can write whatever you want. I don't have a utensil here. But next stream, it's not going to be this bright. I didn't realize how it was going to look. And I did preview, too. But I was like, no, it's fine. And then I see it's extremely bright. Where do I... Okay, so these are like actually the controls, which I probably don't need those. I don't know, I don't... Okay, won't tell him. Is it in the... I don't know, guys. Is it in the hub world there?
Are you out on the hunt? Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this door.
Please! What if they come up the steps?
Know that you
I did not mean to
hunt for
skip
us.
that, I'm sorry.
For our town, but please. Now,
Okay.
go, and good hunting.
Well, thank you for the blood vial. Not using fists for cowards. Are those more damage than this? I hope so. I hope they are. Alright guys, we're just gonna run. We're gonna skip the weapon. We'll find another one along the way. What are you talking about? It'll be fine. It's the fist only run, even though it's the first playthrough. I'm sure it'll be easy. You have a fish eye camera on. Yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. I told you guys, it's a little bit too bright. Okay, the green screen is also not fully green screened out, chroma keyed out. I set this, listen guys, I hopped off around 5:45, and then I got to setting up the stream, okay? I did as well as I could. I appreciate you coming up the ladder. Thank you so much. If you guys actually want, I can turn down the lighting, by the way. You were not locked in to see my bright forehead like that. I don't know. The fists do surprisingly more damage than I would expect. Or these guys are just really weak, I guess. We might need to go back and get that weapon, guys. I feel like I would have gotten one. Or that I should have gotten one. I mean, I know I should have. You guys point that out, but I feel like I thought that I would have found another one by now. But no, it does not appear to be the case. Oh, I see how my life ends today. Let's see. I love the two-handed fist style. Like, as opposed to the one-handed fist style that you could use. How's the game so far? Good. I have not found the weapon, so I'm, you know, having fun, having fun. Yeah, turn down to where we can't see. Wow, Dave. All right, fella. No, Forgetful saying no weapons are hard to come by in Bloodborne. Okay, let's go back. Let's get it here. I will turn down the light for you guys. 1 second. If I like crouch under my desk, I can get to it. Okay. Whew, that was tough. You guys don't understand that it's on the bottom of my desk. I can't really reach it from here. Now, my forehead should not be as bright, but the green screen may not work as well at this point because its similarity is also a little bit off. So let's see. It looks like it's still working. I can't see him anymore. Yes, because I disappeared. It wasn't because I turned down the light too much. Have you learned to parry yet? Nope, and we never will. We will never learn to parry. Okay. So I'm going to assume that I'm not going to get any hints, but I'm also going to try and go through this a little quickly. So let's try and find the pistol, the starting weapon. And then if we do that, we should be able to play the game. Is the pistol the starting weapon? Okay. The cane is Zach's favorite. The cane is like a longer range, I'm assuming. All right. What do you need to parry in this game? We'll be fine. We'll be fine. You know, nothing like a good old no parry run. Axe is best. Cane is cool. Axe is also pretty cool. You know my vote. Axe can transform into... Alright. I want the... Like, legitimately, I want the axe, but... I feel like I'd be doing a where's the halberd? That is a good question, Snatch. And apparently that's the axe, which really want the axe, because I love halberds. You guys know that. The threaded cane, though, I have to do this because I told Zach that I would take the pimp cane, as he referred to it back in the day. I can't... I said I would do it. I'm a man of my word, am I not? Arms, I guess. Weird. A little bit different, but that's fine. Can I two-hand the same? Good. I wanted to waste that, so... Can I two hands? Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, that's pretty cool. Oh, you can get all three? Okay, good, because I do want to get the halberd. Oh, I like that a lot. Okay. You know, so this just feels like Devil May Cry at this point, which I was very good at, by the way. Okay, cool. Alright, thanks for the tips, guys. I'm glad I actually got the weapon. That would be good, you know. Alright, let's go. Let's, I'm ready. I'm ready to fight some people. We'll, you know, we don't need to think about it all that hard. We're just gonna go in, we're gonna beat some butt, and we're gonna get out, just like we always do. It's a really aggressive Souls game. Is it aggressive? If it's aggressive, I'm ready. I'm ready to be aggressive. We counteract aggression with aggression. It's usually the best way to do it. It said very little people, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Oh, so I guess this does surprisingly, you know, surprisingly, a little bit more damage than the fists do. Wow, this was like the weakest of the weapons in terms of physical attack, by the way. And I break guard the same way. Okay, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, it has nothing. What has nothing? I apologize. Okay, excuse me? There you go, get that gate open. What you doing back here, big guy? You do not look like a friendly big guy. Oh. May have got my iframe wrong on that one. Woo! Oh, you got quite a bit of health, big guy. You remind me of the guy in Dark Souls 2 that I first fought. Okay. I like that guy's design. I like the enemy designs in this one. Whip, right? I like the whip. I really do. Give him the old razzle-dazzle. The old shifty splifty. Wow. I have not heard that one. I don't know how to give that one away. Look, is the forehead better? Is everyone happy with the forehead glare? Okay, so you can be punished pretty easily with that. Blood vial. I'm gonna try basically not to heal too much because, again, for the blood vials, you don't get a certain amount. I'm getting some lag. Not good. Hopefully the stream is not No, I think the game was actually just lagging there because I had some input lag too. Alright, we're gonna go beat this guy's butt. I feel like we can totally take him. I don't see why we wouldn't do that. It's not a big guy. Oh, okay. Tougher than I expect though. Oh man, I did not. Okay. He is tougher than I expect. Classic ShamWow surprise. Sean's head, 288. Sean's glad. Wow. Wow. Alright, at least I went down from 400 to 200. Hit the bed like you hit this big guy. Have a good stream and lots of fun with the new game. See you on Friday. See you on Friday, Snatchin. Thanks for coming by, buddy. Alright, let's actually unlock this shortcut first. If we can. I feel like maybe we can go straight down to that big guy. Now it looks like it's like right where he's at. Alright, I'm gonna try something. I might get punished. I might be able to just keep whipping and like literally... Yeah, I can just kill that guy if I keep whipping, so... Makes my life pretty convenient. I got myself in a little bit of trouble there. I thought I could just mow down everybody. That was not the case. Okay, it's fine. I learned my lesson for next time, but now I gotta keep going. Good. Give me all the blood vials you can. Alright, let's take a break from fighting that guy real quick. Let's go over here a little bit. What is the point of this? I run up here every time. Oh wait, knock. Here we go.
Are you that outsider? Well, sorry, but I don't want any trot along, will ya? Are you that outsider? Well,
Your
sorry,
head and
but I
glass
don't
have
want
stats.
anything
That
to
is
do
so
with ya.
cool.
Trotter.
Hey, buddy. Interesting. Yeah, the stat tracker that goes on our head, that's the new plugin I got right here. Alright, that was dirty. You know, this isn't so bad. This is the first time I've been doing it on the PC. First time I've sat this close to my screen. I'm standing, by the way. Get some of that blood flow through my body since I sit all day. What Souls boss gave you the most trouble? King of Storms / the Nameless King. Gave me the most trouble. Then after that, Fume Knight. Other than that, honestly, no one gave me a ton of trouble. Like, there were definitely hard bosses. Like, Manus wasn't that easy. Artorias was quite difficult. It took me probably about a good 2 hours to beat Artorias. Demon Souls, I struggled with Flame Lurker a bit when I first fought him. Then I just leveled up and he was like easy, very easy. Good, I'm gonna get as many of these as I can. From, if I had to pick one from every game, I would say, I tried to backstab, by the way, I don't know if you can. If I had to pick one from every game, I'd probably say Artorias, Fume Knight, yeah, I guess I would say Flame Lurker, and then Nameless King / King of Storms. Has gotten to the bonfire. I just got the very first one. I have not. I was trying to beat the big guy in the back, but I'm taking a break from that real quick. I'm gonna see if I can beat all these guys. Oh, that was not good. I like the whip. I like weapons with a little bit of range. I don't really like ranged weapons, like actual shooting and stuff. I mean, I don't mind it. In Dark Souls, I wouldn't really do it. I feel like it's going to become a little bit more prevalent here. I'm not really against that. But I really like the melee weapons with a long range. I'm always a big fan of the halberd and like the staffs and stuff. Big fire with beast and all the people that you mess up. Use it there first. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, okay. We got a little archer boy over there. Okay, kill this guy fast. I wanna just push through. I wanna get killed. Hopefully don't get killed. Just keep rolling. So it's Y to heal in this game? Or triangle, I guess? It is. No! Woo! Okay, get out of here. DS1, 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 Ornstein Smough, DS2, Hidden Covenant Boss, DS3, Nameless King. So the, yeah, definitely Nameless. I like that. Everyone can give their list. That's cool. So Ornstein Smough, sorry, I'm probably saying their name totally wrong. Is it Smough? Smaugh, even? No. To be honest, it looks more to me like Smell, but I feel like that's definitely wrong. It just sounds bad. But, they did not give me almost any trouble. Was the funny part. It's so funny how different builds give you different difficulties. Like, they didn't give me any trouble. I think I beat them on like the 3rd or 4th try. But then I could not beat Artorias for the longest time. Again, probably took about like 2 hours. Which is a pretty long time. Ah. Oh wow, that does a lot of damage. Okay. Hey buddy. No! He did not die from that, and it ended up biting me in the back. Okay. Dang it. Guns aren't too viable for main damage in this game unless you're doing a blood tinge build. Only had 5 basic Estus for Snorlax and Pikachu because I was a noob. Killed Artorias. See, isn't that funny? You had no problem with Artorias. I struggled with Artorias. What build were you doing when you played Dark Souls 1? I was doing the Dark Souls 1 professional build. No, I'm just kidding. I basically just had a halberd, and I wore the boar helm, and pretty much nothing else, by the way. Just because I thought it was cool. We started this thing where we don't... Actually, hold on, guys. I am so sorry. I am literally so sorry that I had pants on. Invalidate the first half of the stream. Yeah, forgetful, we don't wear pants here. I apologize. Started with Dark Souls 1, and I completely forgot to take them off, and that was on me. Are y'all hydrated? Good question. Yes. I was doing Dex my first playthrough, used Kulag's sword for OS fight. What the heck is Kulag's sword? It sounds familiar. Is it Qualag's? Qualag's. Yeah, the whip is pretty. It's pretty legit here. I'm not gonna lie. So I can basically just Castlevania spam over here. Okay, I really don't want to get ganked here, as Zach would say. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna avoid the people with the guns. I don't like them at all. No! I forgot you were there. I'm so sorry. Pro whip strat. Nope. Good thing he whiffed that, by the way. Accuracy equals 0. What your guys' personal top tier genre? So yeah, David says Bloodborne is his favorite. For me so far, I actually really liked. I think the first one is still my favorite, Dark Souls. But I think mechanically, Dark Souls 3 probably performed the best. I really felt like when I had died, it was on me, other than the Nameless King fight I thought had some unfair ones. I like RPGs. Yeah. You know, you probably wouldn't get this from me because I don't really play any sort of shooter games, like, on stream. But I really like first-person shooters. Specifically, like, I really like... I don't know exactly what the correct term for it is. But, like, non-reaction shooters, I guess? I don't know. I prefer games like Titanfall and Halo and Apex compared to like Call of Duty. I like Call of Duty, especially the campaign and the story. But really, I like being able to aim and, like... I like any sort of game where there's a lot of that skill of aiming and also, like, using cover mechanics. Like, even Gears of War. Love it, love it, love it so much. Halo, right, Zach? I agree. I'm all up for that. Halo 3 was one of the first games I played on Xbox, and I just really, really loved it. Fighting games for me. So you don't like Twitch shooters. What exactly are Twitch shooters? Are you saying that those ones get really big on Twitch? Yeah, it's not that I don't like them. Don't get me wrong, I actually really do like them. But it's just I don't spend a lot of time like playing them and trying to perfect them. I prefer games where there is a lot of, you know, it really comes down to like the way you use the weapons you have and things, which I think Halo does a good job of that. I haven't been one to play a lot of battle royales for the victory, but I do like good gunplay and combat, and Apex definitely has that. At least I feel like it does. So that's why I've been a big fan of that recently. Fighting games are cool though. I can't get into most of them. Did you ever play? Oh, Absolver is good. I'm a big fan of fighting games for sure. Killer Instinct being my favorite. Back in the day, I used to really like Mortal Kombat 3 specifically. I got pretty good at that, and Marvel vs. Capcom I was pretty good at as well. Pretty good, not like in a tournament sense. Like, I could beat like all my friends locally who also played. So not like, you know, pretty good. Like, oh, I'm top tier. Nothing like that. No. Killer Instinct though, I actually can play pretty competitively. I can withstand like actual killer rank on that game, which is the highest. So I'm not like still not competitively. Like I'm not saying I'm one of the best. Definitely not. But you know. Good enough at the game. I know the mechanics fairly well. I don't like fighting dogs in these games, so I'm very nervous about this upcoming battle. I don't care if it's just one or not. I kind of want to get this guy out of the way, and I'm actually worried he might Shrek me as I run up to him. Oh, there's the dog. Okay, I'm gonna die now. Oh my god, am I not? Ooh, okay. Good thing that dog had no health. I'm gonna heal again. If I can kill this guy. Wait, are there 2 people here? Hang on, I thought it was just... No! No! That killed my vibe. Heal a bit from the damage. I like healing from the damage. I just want to see if I can get a shortcut through this area. I'm assuming that's what one of these gates is. And I kind of don't want to fight all these people every single time, so I'm hoping I can get something. But maybe not. I could be totally wrong. Who knows what this game will give us, if anything. Like COD and CSGO because of speed needed and short time to kill. Yeah, so I absolutely like those games, don't get me wrong. I have probably like 400 hours on CSGO, which isn't a ton for someone who like plays competitively, but trust me, I've played it plenty, is my point. And I played like every single Call of Duty game without exaggeration, and I've gotten all the achievements on like every single Call of Duty game. I really enjoy them, don't get me wrong. I just don't play the multiplayer too much. I prefer the campaign and the zombies. I prefer a lot of those. I don't even care about competitive games all that much, usually. I just like the feeling of, like, there's a point when you play games and you know that you're getting better at them. And it happens in single-player games, too. Like, you can tell that I'm a better Souls player than when I started, you know, a few months back. And I was terrible. And there's still times when I screw up, you know, I do so many bad actions, and you guys are like, just do it this way. It's so much better. So, MVCA could one-shot any character with a Kuma. I don't know about that. I mean, I have seen people do that. I don't know if I can do that. But that's a fun game. I really like that. Even, I like the new one, too. Have you played the new Killer Instinct on Xbox One? Yes, I have, actually. And that's actually the one I was referring to. I have played the older ones as well, but that's the most recent one that I played a lot. Ricot, I think I'm saying your name correctly. I apologize if I'm not. I hate dogs in this game. I hate dogs in all the Souls games. I hate them. You have the right opinion.
Well, stuck outside. How you poor thing.
Wow, really gonna do that, huh?
I don't reckon you'll.
Okay. I like cutting the laugh off. It's pretty cool, though there aren't too many players left in the game. It's 3D fighter with a build-your-own combo system and various fighting styles that change up how you play. I like it because the first round or two of the game is figuring out how your opponent built their combat deck and figuring out all their combos and how to counter them. Alright, I finished eating. I'm out for the day. Have a good rest of the stream, dude. You too. Well, have a good rest of your night, I guess. I don't think you're streaming. But I did see you came online. RIP for having your name exposed. Get destroyed. Well, all jokes aside. Yeah, I don't want any of that. I never asked for this. Okay. Oh dear. Is this the big guy I was fighting earlier? I feel like I could open this gate, maybe. Yeah. As expected, he is not going to be a pushover, is he? Can I shoot? Like, I don't have a pistol, right? Sorry, buddy. I wanted to see Sean. I want Sean to see the pizza cutter weapon. You know, that sounds awesome. Is it like an actual pizza cutter? Because I'm totally interested in that. Giant Slore, hello. And then there's games that are extremely difficult to get good at due to toxic community. GTA Online, for example, why I only play online games with a strong solo component. Yeah, I can totally respect that. I actually much prefer cooperative games, not even like competitive games. Even with shooting games and things like that. But for me, you know, I'll play anything that makes me feel like, you know, it's a learned skill and I can get better at it. I really like that feeling. And like this goes, again, this goes along with that. You can tell you're getting better at Souls games. And that feels good. Like, I really like that. you get better at reading enemy attacks, hopefully. 15 damage is not enough for me to use the whip. I don't think. Compared to... Okay, he wants to back up, though. He wants to guard that door. The AI in this one seems a little bit more aggressive than the Dark Souls AI. I could usually kite the AI and kind of get them where I wanted them if there was a boss or like an enemy I was not too confident in fighting. But it does not really seem to be the case here. He is very good at canceling his retreat. Nope, don't miss. Oh. Okay, I need to like not get caught on trees and stuff though. I want what you have behind you. I also want to see if I can open these gates. Need a shortcut. I don't know if I can or not, but... It's fine, I'll use my blood vials. Even if I gotta grind them. If it means killing you, I'm down. Gotta learn somehow, right? You could use a gun. I actually, you know, I don't know if I picked up a gun at any point. Do you have one by default? Because I never, like, grabbed a gun at any point. I don't think. I said, screw the gun, no gun run. Not really, I didn't say that, but that's what it's turning out to be. Good idea, though. Have you played a bullet hell game? Of course I have. I love bullet hells. So, honestly, let me set the record straight here. I love all types of games. There's not really a genre of game I don't like. I'll even go as far as to play sports games every now and then. I don't particularly like sports. I don't watch sports at all. But sometimes, you know, the games can be fun. It's just fun to try it sometimes. I'm not buying, like, oh, I have Madden every edition. You know what I mean? Not like that. And that's fine if you do. I don't. But I can enjoy them, and I can appreciate them. I rarely will have a bad time with a game, unless it's very, very poorly made, and even then, it can still be fun. Sometimes it's fun for different reasons than what it's meant to be, but... yeah, I love bullet hells, absolutely. I'll play racing games every so often. I'm not very good at those. I was good at, like, split second. I was able to actually, like, get the world beater achievement, I think it's called. It's been a long time. I think that's what it was called. Where it was like you had to get to rank 1. Okay, it wasn't too bad because luckily he was slow. No, it's in the Hunter's Dream. So yeah, I totally just missed the pistol. It was probably another one of those things I did not see. Dang it, so I did all that and I can't even open this. I was really hoping I could open these gates. It's like a shortcut. Well, that was probably worthless to me then. But, oh well. The only genre I don't like is... Well, I haven't really played any visual novels, but I have played Doki Doki Literature Club, and that's a very good game if you don't know that. It's not like your standard visual novel. I won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't and is interested, but it is fun. It's a very good take on it. It's not, you know, just you're literally reading and seeing it, which is fine anyway. Honestly, like, I don't have a problem with them. I haven't personally played, I don't think, really any that weren't that one, but I really enjoyed that game. Okay, so weird that there's, like, gates here with no way to open them from here. I mean, let's be realistic, okay? Alright, so we can either go up the steps or... Okay. No. Luckily they die in 2 whips. I do not like the dogs. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Okay. I don't really want to fight all of you, but... What was that? What's going on over there? You shooting at me? There's no way. Are they just destroying things over there? This is a good question. I don't like reading off of monitors. Oh, hold up a second. I can respect that decision, but I cannot respect this dog. What role on a team are you, Sean? DPS, healer, or tank? So, I'll play anything, legitimately, because I usually go for achievements in games, which kind of makes me do that. My favorite, of course, would be... I actually prefer tank. I was going to say damage, because I do enjoy, you know, just being able to get in and deal damage. I think that's very fun. You know, it's pretty simple, too. Like, of course, it can get complex depending on how... Please stop, please stop. Unfortunately, I lost some more health there. It can, of course, get more complex than that, like if you're playing, you know, MOBA or anything where the timing is everything. But I actually really enjoy being a tank because I like being able to sustain a lot of damage and try to... I like being the aggroed person. I enjoy getting into conflict and trying to find out how to survive. The tank has to do a lot of that because they have to determine when to eat damage and when to heal or, you know, get healing, whatever. And I really enjoy that aspect of it. Okay, we were able to... I feel like we're getting pretty far. I mean, this is the first time we've even gotten past the bonfire area there in the middle. I'm assuming this game might be... I'm hoping it's a little bit more friendly than Demon's Souls, where, like, you don't have to... Oh, this is not good. Where there's, like, a bonfire or something I could get before I would have to fight a boss, but I don't know. I don't like what I'm seeing. I have not fought those guys yet. I'm not sure how they play. So if I could get a shortcut, that'd be great. I'm sure there is a shortcut because I know that one gate was locked right next to the bonfire. But I don't exactly know where that was at. I don't want to get killed. I prefer not to do that. Come on, give me something. So this is up above the first door we were at. I got pebbles, by the way. Hope they're fruit. Oh! Okay, good. There's a ladder here. I don't want to go down here. Screw that. I'm not interested in that right now. I'm just trying to find something to benefit me, to get me out of this hell. Can I get back? Did I screw myself? Can I not get back? That's not good, fellas. Okay, I can't go through that. I thought that was metal for a second. My bad. Woo! Okay. Watch someone play Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. Great story game, but once you beat it or see the end, you may never play it. So I'm not familiar with that, but if it's a good story game, I will genuinely play it. I prefer story over anything else. I know that kind of contradicts what I said because I said I like playing shooters, but I do enjoy a good story better than any other type of game. I just play shooters more than any other type of game because I like that, you know, that progression of skill that you can see. I also think aiming is a lot of fun. I like having to aim and trying to, like, outplay opponents through cover and things. And there's always someone who's going to be very good at it, even if they're not better than you, or even if you're not better than them. In general, you know, there's times when they'll outplay you, or you'll outplay them. And that's what I really like about it. Okay. That's really bad. I don't like that. I want that to stop. Like, literally as soon as it can, actually. Okay. We're dead. We're dead. Dang it, we were doing so well, too. I knew I was not going to have a fun time fighting those guys. I called it, didn't I? Why did my stream decide it was going to not be full screen anymore? Win just joined the server. If that's one of you, welcome in. Still not available with the build. Okay. Alright, so where is this at? This is what I want to get. That's definitely the shortcut. And I feel like I don't have to kill as many people this time. I don't have to kill the big guy. I don't have to kill the people on the side. I can just run by. It should be a little bit easier. Should go a little smoother. I'm not too concerned. But it is going to eat some time to get back there. There's quite a few enemies here, so I do have to do quite a bit of killing to get back there. Okay, okay, no. we go, not too bad. Okay. So I'm just gonna kill the essentials. So this guy, there we go. And now you, I mean, I might be able to run the whole way by. I don't want to really risk this, but I'm just kind of curious because there's a ton of people here. Now I gotta watch out for the gunmen. Woo-wee! But like, if they leave me alone, and I don't know if they will, but if they do, then that's so much faster. I don't feel the need to fight those people at all. I might be able to even run by the birds here. I will have to fight these guys, I think. Because there's the dogs. I don't think the dogs will back off of me very easily. Wow, okay. Okay, he's not dead after 2, but everyone else is. Excuse me. You got 1 health? Get out of here. Ah, fine, I'll use the vials. I was kind of trying to preserve them, because I know that you don't get a certain amount. Kind of have to grind for them if you run out. That's what I've heard, at least. But can I knock that bucket out? Like, that looked like there was something to do there, right? No, I'm stuck on something. Like the edge of the wall. I don't know if I ever answered that. I don't like reading off of monitors and such. I mean, I get that. Right now, I'm way too close to my monitor. I don't like it. I was doing this to try out the new setup, and I definitely have to back up next time. But my green screen's like right behind me because I wanted to try and make it look as nice as possible. This is the first time I'm using this green screen. So that's why it's not perfect, but I totally get not read off the monitor. Alright, for this, I'm gonna just have to fight them. I'm gonna have to beat them somehow. They're very vicious, and I don't really like them, but blue light filter helps a lot. I actually do have that on, but I don't know, like, I'm so used to it by now. I can't imagine what it would be without it. If I could get one, like, one at a time. See, did that trigger the other one, though? I don't know if it did, actually. Like, I imagine him freaking out would in real life, but really it doesn't seem like it did. Dude, he's got a lot of health. Oh, it did. Hey, buddy. It's been great meeting you. I will be seeing you later. There's a guy there. Is there where I can go? Is it just straight? Oh, hey, buddy. Oh! There we go. I knew there was going to be somewhere. I'm like, is this a bonfire? No, no, no. I thought it was. Search body. Where the heck am I now? Oh, is this back in, like, the sewer area? Where am I? I don't know if I've seen... Oh, God. Get away from me. He says as he enters the area they were standing in. I'm just trying to get to the shortcut. I'm hoping that I'm getting close. I feel like I'm somewhat on the path. Maybe not. Wait, yeah, I think this is it right here. Boom, baby. There we go. Now I feel good about that. How long can an RPG be for you before it's too long? That's a great question. So for me, sorry, I gotta like move my feet. I'm not used to standing completely still for this long. You know, usually I'm walking around a bit at work and stuff. Okay, so how long can an RPG be for you before it's too long? So there's not necessarily a specific length for me. I mean, I think this will go for pretty much everyone, so I probably don't even have to really say this, but it kind of just depends on how much fun I'm having with the game. So I played, what's the longest game I've ever played? Like to completion, I'm trying to think. Why is my, go full screen again, please, thank you. I'm trying to think. Persona 5 was too long for you, that's a pretty good point. I'm trying to think of what the longest game I ever played was that I played to completion. Um. The longest RPG I ever played was probably The Witcher 2. And it was, quite frankly, it is a little bit too long for me. Like, I enjoyed it. I had fun. It goes on for quite some time. Being an achievement hunter, I want to play the whole game through. So I played that pretty recently, actually. And I tried to get into Witcher 3, but I didn't have it in me, like, because it's kind of daunting of a task. Like, oh, I got to do all this. And there's missable achievements, so being someone who wants to get them all, it's like, oh, man, if I screw up, I might have to play through this whole game again. And I will do it, because my body will be upset. But, okay, excuse me. My body will be upset that, you know, I have this, like, one missing achievement, so... When the hunt began, the healing church left us, blocking the Great Bridge to Cathedral Ward as old Yarnum burned to the ground that moonlit night. So yeah, there's, like, the Witcher games are probably pretty long. I'd say I don't really want to spend more than 80 hours on a game, and it's not because I don't enjoy it. Like, I gladly will. More than 80 hours for one run to 100%. I will. If I'm really having a fun time, then it's great. But honestly, I like the variety. I like playing a lot of different games. So I really appreciate when a game is good enough for me to play it that long, but I just, I want to be able to experience more games. That's why I like playing through all sorts of different genres, so, you know, there's certain games that do feel like they go on a little bit too long. He's still playing, oh man. Yeah, I've not played Persona 5. I actually do own it. Okay, good. So we got this sweet shortcut where we can go right here. And just bypass, like, everything. So I'm very, very happy with that. I don't think he'll chase me this whole way. Hey, buddy. This is probably the bad move. That's probably not how you fight beasts, for the record. Okay, so we got our first boss. Although he looks a lot more intimidating than, like, Demon Souls' first boss. He's pretty darn aggressive, isn't he? He's not messing around. He's got a lot of health. Okay. I really don't have a gun. Maybe I should go back to and get the gun. And check that out. Oh god, took me about 140 hours to beat percent. See, that's a long time. That is a long time. Okay. So, Master Chief Collection has 600 achievements. Or no, 700 achievements. And some of them are online and take a lot, like 100 legendary medals. And then some of them are single player and take a lot, like Lasso. 100% of the game, all 700 achievements. It took me about 700 hours, a little under, like 600 hours. That's 700 things to do. And plus, I played a few things that weren't related. Like, I did some of the Forge and things like that. So, yeah. If you're spending 140 hours to beat the game... Is that 100%ing the game, by the way? Or is that beating the game? Also, hey, what's up?
Hello, good hunter. I am a doll. Honorable hunter. And I will channel them into your strength. You will hunt beasts to embolden your sickly spirit.
Oh, she's who can
Did you
help me
speak?
level up.
He was a hunter long, long ago. He is obscure. Still, he stays here. Such is his purpose.
Okay, so...
Then they find hunters like yourself.
Well, they worship me.
Worship and speak words they do not. Speak.
So dang it, she's who can level me up, and I had like
Farewell,
3,000 blood echoes as well, but I lost them at this point, so... Let me get the gun. Can I get the gun? Accept the gift. Here we go. This is probably it right here. Consume insight and ring the beckoning bell to enlist the cooperation. Silencing blank ends such form of combat. Okay. Choose one firearm are wielded with the left hand and employed in beast hunting. Alright, so Hunter Pistol or Hunter Blunderbuss? Personally, I'm probably more of a pistol guy. I'm assuming it's going to be a lot faster. right? I think so. With the wielder's own blood, boosting damage against beasts. Yeah. Okay. The gun is on the floor. Beating the game. Fi also said, wow. I was like, oh, wait. I didn't see Fi. I was like 120 hours. Oh, God. So it really takes that long. Oh, man. That's a long time, guys. I don't know about that. Like, I'll probably do it eventually. I like playing through entire series. Right now, I'm trying to play through all of Final Fantasy. That's my reaction. I don't have to say anything. I think my face said enough. I used pistol. Oh, yeah, where you leave guns. I used pistol. Blunderbuss has more of a spread. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably use the pistol. That's what I personally choose. That's what we'll do. Alright, guys. We got half an hour, just so you know. A little more than half an hour. I'm going to see if I can beat this first boss. That would be a great start to the game, I think, if we could beat the first boss. All of Final Fantasy, I knew ye well. Yeah, all of Final Fantasy. So I played... I literally don't even know. The first 5 so far. I'm on 6 right now. I literally can't keep track because I've been doing it over this last year, and like I'm like, I can't do this. You know, like I have to take a break to eat up so much time. And I'm sure there's like sub ones that I haven't played as well. X was my fave. Okay, to 10. Oh yeah, get out of here. Okay. 10 is not one I have played, so we will find out. You're gonna try to beat the MMO? Oh God, no. So I play MMOs and I enjoy them. I do not 100% complete them because it would literally take me until the end of time probably to do that for every MMO. I usually will get like all the achievements or rewards if I can and they're simple enough. Like if they're on console, they're usually simple enough. You can get them all in a decent amount of time. If they're on PC, then good luck. Have fun. Enjoy spending the rest of your life doing this. See, I'm a little nervous to heal because, like, I haven't learned anything about this guy. I just attacked his legs and I kind of want to learn him a bit before I use my vials, but maybe I should just keep using my vials. We'll see. Why does my capture keep going out when I die? Like, of all times. I like that one, though. You gonna try and beat the MMO? Woo! So recently I played through Terra, I played through Phantasy Star Online and Phantasy Star Online 2, excuse me. And I played through what other one did I definitely play? Oh, I played through Bless Unleashed, which is the Xbox exclusive one. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. It was a little grindy for my taste. But I did still enjoy it. Still a fun game. Oh my God, my friend got everything on Warframe. Yeah, Warframe is not one. I have played it, but I've not gotten past like the second mission. Let alone done like anything. Okay. Oh. Yeah, that's typically not good. That's what I was gonna say. Get up in time so that you can heal. Wow, great one. I need to like actually actively watch this guy. He is no slouch, as David would say. I see why not. He's got a lot more health still. Dang it. I healed twice too. Dang it. Okay, maybe there's something in the middle, like you damage him and you do more damage to him. I could be wrong, but he seems like he's got a lot of health for the first boss. Phantasy Star Online back in the day, yeah, it's a fun one. I like it. There's a lot of story, and a lot of mechanics. You know, some games just go so crazy on the mechanics, and it's like, I don't really need all this, I don't feel, but... I got all the achievements in Phantasy Star Online 2. I felt pretty good about that. It's not the quickest completion. It's quick as far as those types of games go, though. It's only about 80 hours or so. Have you played many roguelike games? You know, honestly, not a ton. If you name a few that you're curious about, I can tell you if I played them. I mean, I could also just go over them, but I'm going to try and focus for a second. I literally cannot see, and like, part of it was my fault, but honestly, most of it wasn't. So what is that? What does square even do here? How do I shoot? I should have looked at that. Do I have to click that? So let me look at equipping my gun first of all. I think I'm going to use the whip against him. It does only a little bit less damage, and I can actually get more attacks in safely. So Binding of Isaac, I've definitely played. I haven't like gone for completion on that. I have played both Risk of Rain 1 and 2. I actually played them specifically on PC, not on console. So I didn't go for the achievements really. I don't really go for Steam achievements all that much. But I still enjoy playing games on there, of course. Risk of Rain 2, I played a decent amount. The first one I played for probably only like half an hour to an hour. I played it while I was going to school one day. Not like driving there, but when I was at school waiting for a class one day. And then Risk of Rain 2 I played with some friends from work. They were a lot better at it. That was the first time I played it, and the only time. But I did play it for probably like 8 hours or so. So I know the game fairly well. Like, but, you know, I know enough that I do enjoy playing it. So I think the reason I'm kind of getting punished here is the dashing in this game is actually not weird, I guess, but weird compared to what I'm used to. Like I'm sitting here thinking I'm going to be playing Dark Souls, which is just not really the case. Oh, I never equipped my pistol either, did I? Did I? I don't think so. Stay in the butt like in all Dark Souls games. All Souls games, I guess. Sorry, I was trying to die. I'm having a hard time right now. I don't know if it's... This might be harder than I'm expecting, or I'm actually just playing poorly, which is fine. It is the first time I'm standing up and playing, and I'm very close to the screen. So I won't make excuses. I'm still getting destroyed. But it could be that, or actually this game is not messing around. Could be that, too. Yeah. Oh god, yeah, see that's disgusting. So there is a limit to what I will and won't do. Will and won't do for 100%. And it's not really like a limit because I'm not interested in doing it. It's more like there's literally not enough time. So if I were to play that game, like play that like 3-4 times to 100%, I might miss out on other games while I'm doing that, which I don't really like missing out on other games. So that's not how you shoot. It does 9 damage. Feels so good. And I could just melt him. And that melt is not the right word. I could just chip away at him over time. Alright, I should actually try and learn his moveset. That's the issue here. I'm just literally like doing whatever. Do I still only have 16 bullets? Is that what I see? Yeah, I don't have the timing down is the issue. I don't know why. Might be, seriously, might be the display on the computer because I'm sitting so close. Or what, but I'm just not reading attacks well, and I can recognize that. This game don't mess around. Also, responding to chat and fighting is hard. That's true. I think it's... Seriously, I'm not trying to make excuses. I think it's the different environment now, because, like, I need to, like, stand back like this. Which I know looks kind of funny, but I might actually, like, stand like this. Because at least I can have the whole screen in my peripheral. Like, I could see the whole screen before, but, you know, I'm really, like, really too close. Now, if I'm back here, then I can actually see kind of everything. I think my reaction time might, my reactions and my reaction time might benefit. I play better sitting. Yeah, standing up and playing is actually a little bit weird. I didn't think it would be too bad. I wanted to stand up, but we'll see. You know, I might sit for now. Definitely more comfortable to be sitting. What did I even take there? I do like that you said this game don't mess around. At least I know. Oh. The problem is it doesn't get up enough to really regain your health from it, unfortunately. Bullets and it does about 9 damage. Sounds like a good use of my time to do that. See, he's mad now. I don't even know what's going on. I just keep swinging. $11 damage, baby. I think Dang it. I think the way I think I'm supposed to level up a bit first. I feel a little under leveled. I don't feel like the fight should be lasting that long. Camera is the boss here. Yeah. It definitely is. Maybe I shouldn't lock on, but that's okay. I mean, we're doing way better. Way better. My concern is that I think maybe I should actually level up first. Like, I'm still level 1. And this would definitely be easier. But we could take him. But I might just go explore. Like, we had the area down below we could go, which I don't know if that's a good idea to explore or not. And we also have this big guy I kind of want to take down. Right down here. So let's go beat him. Let's do some fun things like that. I do want to beat the boss, but I don't know. I'm kind of just hanging out right now. Having a fun time. I don't feel like I need to beat him at the moment. I think we should just... I think it's just genuinely a better idea to do that. Okay, so... What's the hardest achievement you've completed? Oh, that's a very good question. I appreciate that question. I would be happy to talk about achievements that I've completed. So, I'm pretty proud to say that I got all the achievements on Overwatch without any boosting or anything like that. Because there are some very difficult ones. The Baptiste one, if you're familiar with Overwatch, is not friendly. You know, you kind of need to be playing pretty well, but you also need to be able to not die and get very lucky. That one is not easy. The actual co-op achievements on that game are not easy for the events. I'm pretty proud of that. Same with the lasso achievements on Halo. I feel pretty proud of those. Let me think of like more single player games. So, hey buddy. This guy is also not a slacker. I mean, I guess I'll heal? I don't know. I don't have to use all my vials either, but I don't really see a way I'm beating this guy without healing, so. Did not expect him to go for the hug. He's gonna kill me before I like even use all my heals. Or I mean, like, I'm gonna use all of them and he's still gonna kill me before I can kill him. Probably. Let's try it. Come on. Oh! No, don't get caught there. Got to go. Good luck. Thank you. Wow. Okay. Shoot he kneecaps. Oh, I could try shooting. I don't know. It might be better against the smaller enemies. Seem particularly worthless against the boss, but we'll see how it is here. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Hardest achievements. It's kind of hard to pick out, but definitely the Halo ones and the Overwatch ones stand out pretty well. I always, and I mean always, will play games on the hardest difficulty. I mean, I might play on a lower difficulty first, but I do not consider a game complete unless I play on the hardest. Sometimes, oh, you know what, actually, one of the harder ones was the Wolfenstein games, the Iron Man mode. Oh, you need the gun to parry, it's not useful for damage. Okay, I misunderstood there. That would make more sense, because I was gonna say, that felt pretty worthless at that point. Oh, so to retrieve your blood echoes, you have to kill a certain enemy. Just keep swinging. So you said, and I quote, shoot he kneecaps. So I mean, we could do that. We could shoot he kneecaps. So if he's blocking, it doesn't matter. But if he were to go into an attack, nope, okay. He just does not care. He said, I'm not caring. I guess what we could do is also see how much it is to level up. Because it might be like 400 to level up, and I could actually gain levels right now. I'm just not taking advantage of that. Let's go back. Let's see. I had 3,000 at one point, so. Cold blood due to get blood echoes. Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't really use these in Souls games, so I should probably use them now. If this one's looking like it's going to be a little bit tougher than the other Souls games, then why not? Let's just use them all. Let's have a field day with it.
Welcome home, good hunter. I must have drifted off. What is it you desire?
I want to channel the blood echoes.
Very well. Let the echoes become... Let me stand close.
Okay, I mean, we can get 2 levels out of it. It's not great, but I'll take it. Honestly, I think we just need more strength. We need to do more damage. And physical... Oh, strength doesn't really do damage. I mean, it does, but it's actually more about physical defense here. Although, oh no, that just comes with vitality. I get 1 more damage. Or I could get all that much more health, which is a pretty significant amount. Ooh. I feel like the endurance is okay. I usually get hit before for 1 damage, but physical defense goes up 6. I can just do we're just gonna do vitality. Thank you for the tip about the cold blood there.
They speak.
Would you ever want to make a Soul style game? Yeah, so absolutely. I know I'm not the best Souls player by any means, but having played through, I guess, the first 4 of them at this point. Well, actually, I don't know. Bloodborne may have come out before Dark Souls 3. I actually don't know. I apologize. Yes, I would absolutely be interested. It would be hard because mechanically, they rely on... I don't know. I feel like they rely on really, really good boss design. So, like, without having a team to come up with that, boss and enemy design, that would be tough. But the mechanics themselves aren't too bad, legitimately. Definitely manageable. Definitely nothing you couldn't handle from a programming side. The AI, some of the AI is actually very intelligent. And, you know, that's never easy. But, yeah, I'd definitely be interested. The action RPG series that I'm working on is kind of, I'm taking some things from the Souls games, at least I want to. Like, I want to cover rolling, which is mainly from these games. But any sort of evade, really. Do you use Unreal or Unity? I usually program in Unreal and C++. So I'm a software engineer, if you're not familiar. So basically, I work in Unreal and C++. I will pretty much work on anything. Like, as long as I can learn it. I enjoy learning code. I love it. And I love game engines because when I was going to school, we had to make our own. Like, it was fun. That was an exciting experience, but you get enough of it, you know, you're like, oh, I don't want to write all these functions. I want to write stuff that's related to the game, not like these math functions. At least that's how I was. I'm sure there's people who are different. So I really enjoyed game engines, and I actually ended up getting a job using Unreal and C++. We do use blueprints as well. But there's a lot of C++ involved. There's no real point of me healing here, but I don't actually expect to beat this guy tonight. So I gotta end the stream pretty soon, so I'm gonna just give it my best. Then I can grind out some blood vials and some levels if I have to. I usually don't like to do that. I like to show you guys everything on stream, but I don't know. Like with Demon Souls, I did grind out some heals because I didn't want to do that. Like, I don't like taking a bunch of time for things that are pretty much going to be a necessity for me to continue playing, just because I'm not good enough to do it without. Nope, I didn't even dodge that one. That's not good. Yeah. That's not good. They just whiff in the air and don't get my health back. Okay, so going ham on him is not the answer. Woo! Screw it. Use our health. That's not good. I can't even see what's going on. I just need to back up. Like, I'm trying to get hits in to heal. I think that heal, when you get a hit in, is actually enticing me. It's actually at this point, we're just going all in. I mean, we're gonna die. Just the damage factor. How much damage? Screw it. I might be able to do this without locking on my main. Oh. I'm really dangerous. Where am I even? Well, locking on is something else. Uses Unreal. Cool. Did you try Blueprints or do you prefer C++? So at work we use both Blueprints and C++. Blueprints are nice. I prefer for like animations, like the NMBPs if you're familiar, and really just like anything where I'm gonna have to work with art. So like I really like doing materials in Blueprints, although you can do them in C++. There's people who do because like shaders and stuff. I much prefer it in Blueprints. I hate working with animations in code, so that was really nice. That's one of my favorite things. And like a lot of other things like sorry, like importing media sources of any sort, so movies, sound clips. I don't really like dealing with that in code. Another beautiful thing of Unreal. So definitely Blueprints. Any sort of logic, like with the characters or with the game mode, a lot of the time I much prefer code. And of course networking, I prefer code. The AI and the behavior trees are kind of on the fence. I like doing it both ways. I have a fun time. But yeah, so just so you know a little bit about me, that's what I do for a living, and also I make YouTube tutorials on how to make games, basically. I do ones for a fighting game, a action RPG, first-person shooter, and a Super Smash Brothers like arena fighter. Or platform fighter, excuse me. And then I'm also doing a live stream every Friday for a side scroller, and I apologize, I'm starting to lose my voice. Usually I can go the 2 hours, I don't know why. I must have been talking a lot today in meetings. But yeah, so I have a lot of fun with that. If you're interested at all, and it's perfectly fine if you aren't, my YouTube channel is just Shawnthebro, no 27. I just have 27 here because Shawnthebro was taken for some reason. It's the only thing that's been taken, actually, in all my life. I don't know who took it. But when I tried to recover, it was like, have you ever had this phone number? And I was like, no, and no one that I ever know has had that phone number. What about you? I mean, I'm curious. Do you prefer... You obviously know quite a bit about it because you said that you try Blueprints or prefer C++. So what about you? You have a preference? And what's the worst spaghetti code you've seen? Team Fortress 2's code I've heard is pretty bad, but I've never actually like gone and seen it. Code that I've seen that was spaghetti. There's only so much I can say because I'm not allowed to talk about the code at work. But what I can say is there is code to basically progress our project. So it's kind of like a storyboard, if you will. That's like the generic term for it. And that code is straight garbage. I mean, it's very well written in terms of... It was written for performance, and it achieves that incredibly well. But actually being able to read anything out of it, and the fact that there's like go-tos and these ugly things that you would think would be bad. It was written a long time ago, many years ago. And maybe it's just that the coding style has changed, but it is a hassle and a half to actually do anything for. Cool. I just picked up 3D modeling over last summer. I used Unity for a bit, but might move to Unreal. I don't know much yet on those. Just learning Blender, ZBrush, and Substance Painter at the moment. Hey, that is awesome. So I'm not good at any of those. I'm just an engineer. I could not do art for my life. So I don't know how to use ZBrush or Substance or any of it. Or any of that, really. But we will, you know, I am trying to get better at some of those things. I started getting okay at Blender. Like, I know how to do very basic things in it. So I can totally respect that. Unity is very good, by the way. You don't... I would say, personally, and you probably already know this, so you can feel free to agree, disagree, cut me off, whatever. But Unity is very good for projects with not a lot of, like, in my opinion, not a lot of networking, but really just not a lot of memory use required. I actually can't see that for some reason. So thank you to whoever that was. Let me see. Powercorn, by the way, good name. I can appreciate Powercorn. Oh, they subscribed on YouTube. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, Unity is really good. I think it's actually easier than Unreal to set up a project, as long as the project doesn't have to go into more, more advanced things. And that's not to talk down on Unity, for real. It's just that Unity has a harder time, in my opinion, because it uses C# to do things like networking and advanced AI. But if you want to do anything that's like either a side scroller, top down, even an action RPG, like even Dark Souls level, you could easily do it in Unity and get away with it. Now, Dark Souls specifically, like the Souls games specifically, have a ton of details, and so that would be maybe on the fence. But that type of genre you could definitely get away with. But things like Battle Royales and things, if you ever get into that, that's probably what it's for. If you're doing mainly the art, then I don't think it really matters. They can both definitely handle it. So, yeah. That's just my honest take on it. I think if you're thinking about switching over, you don't really need to switch over unless you want to get into more powerful games, or if you're doing if you want to work for a AAA studio or something like that, you'll definitely probably use it. Sean, would you prefer being an indie dev or a large studio? Definitely indie dev. So I work at a big company. I don't work for a game company. But the team that I'm on is smaller, and I like that. I really like that because you know everybody. You know, you're all friends. You go in. It's just like a normal day, and that's really cool. With some of the bigger companies that I've looked at and I applied for and actually had some interviews with, they were not really ones that I enjoyed. It's some of these are your big companies like EA and other companies like that. They kind of have big teams, and it's not really about the engineers at all. You don't really get any say, which, sometimes you can't, depending on the contracts and stuff. But with a smaller team, usually you'll get a little bit of say, or a little bit of your opinion will be heard, which is cool. And you know everybody, so you can just go, hey, why'd you write it like this? And they'll answer you, and it's very easy. I tried to make top-down pixel game, but lost steam. My day job is an IT consultant, so a bit different fields. Yeah, but one and the same, really. That's seriously an equally important job. There's no job when it comes to development or anything software related that's just engineer, just artist. No. Everyone is equal there. Every part is played so well. So bit different, yeah, but honestly, no. IT is very, very important, obviously. So I think it's cool, first of all, that you work in IT, and I think it's very cool that you're learning things, or things like ZBrush and stuff. I wish I could get into that a little bit more. But, yeah, no. As for your top-down pixel game, it's so hard to keep Steam up. The tutorials that I make are a little bit different because, people are excited to watch them, so I get excited to make them. If I was actually making all those games, I would definitely lose Steam. You should really only work on one or two games if you're trying to polish it and make it a finalized product. So trust me, I don't blame you. I've started plenty of projects and have not finished them. So that's very, very, very normal. Alright guys, so I'm gonna pretty much wrap it up here. I am out of health, and I'll probably go grind for some before the next stream next Wednesday, just because I feel like it's it's boring for me to grind it on stream. I really do. And I won't. Thank you for the follow. Okay, I was very confused by the noise. Thank you so much for the follow, actually. I feel like it's just not really worth it to grind on stream. It's kind of boring to me to do that, and I feel like it would be even more boring for you guys. But I won't progress the game at all. It'll be like Demon's Souls. I'll be in the same spot. I won't fight the boss beforehand. I won't get any practice on him. We'll take it right there. But yeah, seriously, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you guys for the wonderful, wonderful support today and for the nice conversations. I know this was a bit of a weird stream because I'm standing up and the green screen isn't quite perfect since it's a new green screen and I haven't kind of finalized the way I want it to work yet. But I appreciate you guys coming, and sorry that I could not beat the first boss. That feels kind of bad, not gonna lie. I feel like I should have been able to do that, having beat the other Souls games, but we'll get there. We'll get through it together. But I appreciate you guys being here, and yeah, I don't mean to keep repeating myself. I just really do. It was a really fun stream, and I've been waiting to play Bloodborne for a bit, so I'm really glad you guys were here with me. And cool, have a good evening. See you soon. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for the engaging conversation. I love talking to you. Have a great evening. See you later. Yeah, we'll be back next Wednesday, just so everyone's aware. Every Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do Souls games. Friday, I do programming stream on the YouTube channel, and Monday, I do a co-op game with my, well, I was going to say my fiance, because that's what she is, but with really anyone, it's just a co-op stream. Specifically now, I'm playing It Takes Two with her. Bloodborne built different, don't worry. Yeah, Bloodborne is not messing around. I gotta give it credit. It seems very, 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 very intense. Alright guys, so yeah, I'll wrap it there. I'll get out of your hair. But thanks again. I'm Shawnthebro, and I'll see you later, guys. And look, guys, most importantly about standing up though, I can actually do it right here. Look, I can transition and still talk to you. I don't have to get up, do all that awkward stuff. I can do it right here. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Have a good night.